Wonder had been raised since she was little to love Mars, the god of war. Oh, by the way, hello. Parents. Get asked her parents. She remembered asking her parents. Wait, did her mother die? I might have had that old cliche, death by childbirth. Very unfortunate thing. Very sad. She remembered asking her mother why the other little girls that she knew loved Jubilee and not Mars. She wondered if her parents were playing a trick on her. To church. Wonder's mother scolded her, saying that those children believed in a false Messiah and that they were not good people. Wonder knew, even back then, that they were good people. But it was true. They worshipped a being, a false god, and a false Messiah. Just a second, folks. Let's see, believed a false god and a false Messiah. Wonder and her family went to church for a time. Sister died. During her time, went to a regular church. At times, part of their cover so that they appeared to be good Jubilean people. Good 99% of Dutch people were Jubilean. The rest being Zeith or Zoldist. Wonder imagine you could count the number of Zoldist families in the Netherlands on one hand. At least back in the 30s. Was she born in 1922? Sorry, 1920. Not 1922. I meant 2 as in T-O-O. See, that's one of those things confusing about this damn language. Imagine if that was an audio book. You would get confused. Let's say, did she, so was the person born in 1920 or 1922? Well, I guess they'd have to do they reword things when they do an audiobook? I don't know. They must have to do something to keep confusion like that from happening. Or maybe they tell the author to not use the year 1920. And move everyone up to 1930, or even though that would mess up the whole timeline. Yeah. What difference does 10 years make? It makes quite a lot of difference. There's a world of difference in maturity between a person who's 22 and 32. An 18-year-old, that's like a baby adult, pretty much. Let's see. After Wonder's sister was killed in a car accident, died. Wonder family couldn't be bothered to keep up the charade. Her sister's name? Yeah, I should name the sister. More humanization. It's not humiliating to have dead relatives. Everyone has dead relatives. Even an orphan has dead relatives, he just doesn't know about them. Let's see, then. Couldn't be bothered to keep up the charade. Wonder sometimes imagines. Imagine that if people found out they were cultists after that, they'd assume they became cultists because they lost their faith in Jubilee, in the Jubilean God, Jubilean fries. It wasn't, in reality, they were cultists from the start, and their worship of Jubilee was just a front. Like some mobster. They're pretending to be some regular businessman instead of a crook. Damn mobsters. Mobster soldier, I'll check. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, isn't it, folks? Let's see. So Wonder loved Mars, but never met him. He died in the last war. Quite a thing. He was alive for well over 25,000 years, and then he was gone. Wonder doubt many people would think he was the most precious thing lost to the war. Wonder felt lost afterwards, and still felt lost. Even with Brandt replacing him. Hilda Brandt replacing him. Still felt lost even with Hilda Brandt replacing him. Or Hilda was something that Wonder interacted with daily. She wasn't some remote creature being like Mars had been. Did she ever meet Mars? Nah, I might have to delete this whole damn paragraph. Fucking contradictions. She wasn't a remote being like Mars had been. Their relationship was a close one. She felt more like a servant in a house than a worshiper in a church. Praying. Wonder, suppose this was what she wanted all along. Why? I wasn't sure if she wanted this to be so close to her God. Was this damn brain? Snap out of it, fucker. Frickin' brain. I'm in a fog right now. Just ate one meal. Pour the sleeping chemicals on the brain. Yep, that's great. Frickin' hell. I live in a house with people who have insomnia, who can't get to sleep at a normal time. But me, just to pour the chemicals everywhere. Maybe they could somehow extract all these extra chemicals from my brain, and I could be the cure for it. And I could become the living cure for goddamn insomnia. Yeah, everyone deserves a good night's sleep, in my view. Anyway. Wonder was literally sitting there, sitting on a bed, hugging her god, bringing her god comfort. Painful thought crossed Wonder's mind that this was not a god. This was just some girl with powers. She was like... She was like Wilhelmina Goria or Dominique Bridgington. Some human with great powers. Some human with great powers. This was not. It was just some girl. She was like. Was she like Wilhelmina or Dominique? Some lady? Some girl? Then some human that others thought, that other humans thought was God. A god. Some human. Wonder asked herself, am I like one of Dominique's little cultists? Like one of Dominique's little cultists? Someone who mistook a human for a god? A god. Jesus, starting session feels like it's dragging. You will have your full powers someday. Wonder reassured. And then maybe you could revive your fallen brother, DJ. Yeah, stupid contradictions, right? If I have them in there, it's so annoying. Wish this ring session was over so I could go and check them and ease my mind. But no, I got 5 more minutes or so. Revive him. Grandmother. What's there to revive? He was eaten away by those Mort Fangs. There's nothing left of him. Oh, Mort Fangs is a proper noun. Okay. Thanks for that. It's like trying to revive a pile of ashes. The gods can raise the dead. This I know. Wonder said. And it was a comfort to my father, who dreamed that his lost daughter and wife would be returned to him someday by his god. I see. But if I revive him, will it really be him? Frank asked, wonder. Would it be some soulless thing that seemed like him, but wasn't him? If I bring him back, and he's some monster. I don't know what to say. To tell you. Wonder admit. I can't bring back the dead. I can't either. At the moment, at least. I'm sad. And I'm glad for that. Because I would be quite tempted to restore my brother. Let's see. Who else would you raise? If you could. Wonder asked. Brent didn't reply to that question. Wonder knew that Brant's parents were both deceased. But she didn't have kind words for her father, who was a terrible war criminal in the Great War. One of the masters of the death camps. She would likely leave him to rot wherever he was. I could go. Where to next? Grant asked. That was wonder. That was another strange thing. Came to wonder. A god asking one of its followers, one of her followers. I suppose it would be appropriate for a god if it was like a gender-neutral god somehow. Not getting the social justice category. I'm pretty sure all gods in mythology had an identifiable gender, including the Christian god. He's always referred to as he in the text. As for, I think even Cthulhu kind of gods, like in Lovecraft stories, those were identifiably male or female somehow. Shows you how things have changed in the present. The idea of something being neither male nor female, that just didn't compute even to a guy like Lovecraft, who wanted to write alien stories about totally alien beings, which still have a gender. But it's not like they didn't know about men who dressed up as girls and girls who dressed up as men back then. It's just like, I don't know, they just pretended it didn't exist, I guess. There's probably a very rich history of stuff related to that, but I haven't done much research on it. Have I done much on that topic of transgenderism and all that? Not much. I did read a book about that lady who had the first sex change and all the controversy about that, where the media all turned on her, because the media sometimes seems like it's the enemy, doesn't it, folks? And it's been welded for good and evil. It seems like mostly today it's pretty harmful to people. We need a return of good media. Media that's responsible, media that's not lazy, media that works for the people, media that doesn't just pump out stories for its corporate masters, all that stuff. Yeah. It's like how a kingdom is rotting, like how a kingdom rots and does terrible under a bad king. We need a good king, a few good kings in media. We've had too many bad kings in a row. Guy asking one of her followers what to do. What to do next. What to do next. Go to Bloodka. Back to the church. Wonder suggested. Yeah. Retiring to my native land would be good. Good for exchange. Brant replied. Let's see, was it outside of Dredden? Returning to my native land would be good for a change. I can sit there and think and figure out my place in this world. And I can, maybe in peace, I can take control of these monster inside me. Sounds like a good plan, Wagner replied. Brant had stopped crying. Wagner and Brant soon left the city of Liverpool. They then began a 2-week-long. It took them 2 weeks to get back to the continental Europe, and from there another week to get back to Ludka, to that little white church outside of Dredden. White church, check. Yeah, I think it's a white church. 3 weeks after the Battle of Liverpool, outside of Dredden, Ludka, lovely place. It's this world's Germany, in case you can't figure it out. Well, of course you can figure it out. I expect my readers to figure out stuff. My readers are the smartest people on the earth. They're godmen and godwomen. Let's see, local time. Damn it. What the hell is that symbol even called? I don't know. 1:34 p.m. The countryside out of Dredden was quite green and lush. With bright... Is this summer? I forgot. Is this summer, winter? And the sky, the sun was out in full force, with a bright blue sky above, few clouds up there, and those that were white and clean, like freshly laundered sheets. Almost said money there. Okay, folks, this is where I plan to get off. Have a nice day. Enjoy your hump day.